Checkbooks got no banks, but still I would like to express my thanks. Got the sun in the morning and the moon in the night. Irving Berlin said this with full understanding that happiness is not dependent on money. Good morning, classmates and Mr. Redican. The resolution is resolved that money is essential for a person's happiness. Money is defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary as something generally accepted as a medium of exchange, a measure of value, or a means of payment. The same source defines essential as being of the utmost importance, and happiness is defined as a state of well-being ranging from contentment to intense joy. My opponent will try to convince you that money and happiness go hand in hand. But remember, in order for him to win, he must prove that money is essential to produce happiness. The three values I would like to cover today are the quality of life, relationships, and personal satisfaction. Life is something that everyone in this room takes for granted once in a while. A beggar on the streets could be happy with eating berries in the woods and still appreciate nature and the world. But it takes a certain kind of person with a positive outlook and survival skills to achieve this. People can accomplish their lifelong dream with no money involved. For example, I could want to set a world record for the most time spent underwater. Once I have accomplished my lifelong dream, I would be very happy. Remember, the resolution doesn't have the words lifelong in it next to happiness, so happiness can last anywhere from 2 seconds to years. Plus, money doesn't make you constantly happy. Money is infinite. There will always be a thirst for more. Relationships are also something that people overlook in their search for happiness. People in third world countries have little to no money. Their happiness is built on relationships. Having good relationships with your friends and family are so important. Relationships are the key to happiness. If you have good relationships, you could be happier than a billionaire with no relationships. If you have bad relationships, then you could be just as depressed as a person who had just lost millions of dollars. For example, here in Upper Dublin, there was a man named Evan. He found his girlfriend cheating on him, and he proceeded to kill himself. Later, his mother dedicated a frozen yogurt place to him named Nave, where Evan spelled backwards. Adolf Merkel, the 94th richest person in the world, took his own life after poor decisions involving Volkswagen shares. Like I said, a person with bad relationships can be just as depressed as a person who had just lost millions. And there are so many celebrities that are or were depressed, like Heath Ledger, Demi Lovato, Gwyneth Paltrow, Princess Diana, and Brooke Shields. I would also like to point out that the resolution doesn't say more money is essential for a person's happiness. It just says money is essential for a person's happiness. I would even go so far as to say money causes unhappiness. Norman Rosseau committed suicide after a long battle over a mortgage with his wife. He left a note saying, "I'm sorry I left you in this mess." Money causes materialism, which causes us to lose sight of what is really important in life, like the quality of life, personal satisfaction, and relationships. According to LearnVest, if you look at the GDP, which is 70 to 80% consumer spending, it has gone up almost continuously since the 1970s. But when you compare that to the general happiness of the American people, our happiness has flatlined. We are no happier in 2013 than we were in 1970, despite the fact that we've spent more money each year since 1970. We continue to buy, hoping that it will lead to happiness, but in reality, it's like speeding up a treadmill. Elena Zalbrod, a psychologist and couples therapist, has met with many couples that are so exhausted from the pursuit of nice things. A big house, private school for the kids, fancy cars, that they are time-starved and depleted. Life is luxurious but simply unsatisfying and no fun. Getting and spending leads to damage to relationships and self-esteem, a heightened risk of depression and anxiety, less time for what research shows truly makes you happy, like friendships, family, and engaging work. Materialism classifies us all. Even though we're supposed to be equal, we're not, because my house is better than yours. It causes unhappiness with each other and ourselves. Personal satisfaction is something that comes from within, and another important factor for happiness. Money can't buy you that goal of losing 10 pounds for prom, or rekindling an old friendship. Only you yourself can do that. Money can buy you fun, which is often confused with happiness. Many people born into wealth feel empty inside because they feel like they need to achieve something. 50 Cent said that money didn't make him happy, The personal satisfaction that comes from creating something and having people enjoy it is his reason to rap, and that's what makes him happy. Alan Kruger from Princeton University conducted a research and found that people with higher incomes had less of a correlation with momentary happiness than with overall life satisfaction. Even though this correlation is weak, people are still motivated to increase their income, so they spend more time doing that and sacrificing valuable time with family and friends, something that people consider one of the best moments of their daily life. Contrary to popular belief, money is not essential in order to achieve happiness. Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, which is the study of healthy states, like happiness or optimism, said, "Although economic output has risen steeply over the past decades, there has been no rise in satisfaction, and there has been substantial increase in depression and distrust. Someone could just smile to you in the hallway, and even that 1 second of joy you feel is considered happiness. It's sad how society seems to worship money, and even start to associate it with happiness. Don't think money is everything, or you are going to start doing everything for money. Thank you. Vote negative."